What to talk about on a first date with a guy. 7 questions to help you develop a successful conversation. A first date could be very exciting and, of course, the beginning of something wonderful. But on the other hand, it can also be stressful. No matter how long you've maintained a relationship online, to have a personal date is quite different. After all, a first date is a test of truth, where you will see your affinity and the chemistry between the two. Expectations are present and want to give the best of each other to begin to meet face to face, so it is important to know what to ask. Maintaining good conversation is the key to having a second date. 1. Can I invite you to do something? If you already have the typical coffee or dinner date, there will be an account to pay. But, why should you always offer to pay the bill, or at least, go half? Besides this initiative, making your date feel special also shows reliability and kindness, one of the most desired features by men and women. 2. Do you love animals? He loves his dog but does not like cats. If in his date, however, he is allergic to dogs, there is obviously a good chance that something does not go further after a first date. It is important to know before it's too late. 3. Where have you lived? This is the sneaky way to find out the story of the life of your date, without appearing too direct. Not only that, but you can also find out if he enjoys traveling, if he is determined to change or prefer more the comfort. Possibly he'll also have the opportunity to hear a story, which will make the conversation flow. 4. Do you prefer to stay at home or go out? Again, a question to see the similarities you share. Leisure is a big factor in any relationship. It's a good idea to know if you would share a Sunday at home or whether prefer to spend a day of adventure. 5. What do you prefer? This is an interesting game in which 2 answers are presented before a given situation. In this way, the other person must choose one of 2 options. This question helps a lot to know more about your date and his tastes and preferences, is also a good option to know his real intentions. 6. What makes you laugh? A question to break the ice. This is a fun question that can go a long way. Of course, this way you can also know if that person is your soulmate. A humorous conversation always leaves a good taste, and also, a sense of humor also shows the personality of each, something to consider when starting a relationship. 7. What is your best memory? This question will help you establish a more emotional bond because it requires him to tell a personal story. This requires on one hand you listen, and as a result, a good listener earns points, as both, but especially men seek a woman who knows to listen. This implies and shows long-term confidence. Remember that the best topic to talk about on a first date is the one that results naturally for both. No need to force. Relax and be yourself at all times. This will help you succeed. To answer your question what to talk about on a first date with a guy, click the image in the right, or the link in the description below, and then download my free ebook, How to Get a Man to Love You, the incredible 7-step guide, and please share with others.